104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. We're here on Radio Row, Super Bowl 51. Leonard Stevens, nice enough to join us right now. Drafted by the Chargers?
Signed as a free agent by the Chargers, yep.
Okay. Worked your way through the league for a while, and then a banker? Or what? I mean, you've done it all, man.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a story. So the day I signed my contract with the Chargers, I had an injury, torn meniscus, didn't know, got to San Diego, failed my physical. Spent 2 years out of the league working on Wall Street for JP Morgan Chase. And then just kept working, kept training, kept praying, and signed with the Washington Redskins, and the rest was history, and I stayed in the league for 6 years after that.
Okay, now, what are you doing now? Because guys over here, massive draft geek.
Right.
Like signing day yesterday,
right.
I couldn't get him to pay attention. I mean, beautiful women are walking by, and he's like, did you see who just committed to USC?
Right. So what I do now on an everyday is I develop athletes. I was fortunate enough to work with a lot of great people on my path or in my walk to help me get to the National Football League, and so what I find passion in every day is working with young athletes to help them maximize their potential. So for every day to feed my family, I train athletes. And so we have a 30,000 square foot facility in Tyson's Corner, and we work with some of the best athletes in our area, in the country. Some of our clients include Dwayne Haskins, who's at Ohio State now. He was the number 3 rated pocket passer in the class of 2016. A.J. Alexander, who was a highly rated tight end in the class of 2015. He's also at Ohio State. Trayvon Diggs, who's at Alabama. Trace McSorley, who's a starting quarterback at Penn State, who was not an unknown, but a lot of people pass on him because of his height. And obviously, you see what type of season he's had. And J.J. McCargo, who's at UNC. Landon Word, son of Barry Word, former NFL pro, who started as a freshman at UVA this year. So we got a lot of great players in the football and our football line of business. But what I truly find passion in is helping those who may be a little bit less fortunate, don't have the resources to engage someone like myself. And so we have a nonprofit called the Perfect Performance Sports and Education Trust. And what we do is we develop our guys from a holistic standpoint, athletically, academically, socially, and professionally, so that when they get to college football, they understand what the opportunity is before them, and they don't make the same mistakes that they would have made for not having this information, right? So it's all about information.
What's it like training and getting a younger athlete ready? Do a lot of these guys have the attitude of, you know what, I know what it's going to take to get to the next level? Or do you have to tell them, look, you think this will work out, or you think this is tough, wait until you get paid for a living to do this, or wait until you hit the Division I program?
Oh, yeah. So definitely. And the beauty of it is I have that perspective. And so I'm trying, for the guys who I know that want it, and have the desire for it, just don't have the capacity, right? At 15, 16, 17, how do you have the capacity to be a professional or aspire to be a professional? And so, yes, the Trace McSorleys, the Dwayne Haskins, the Landon Words, the A.J. Alexanders, all those guys, they have the hunger, and I just focus or channel that hunger in the path to get them to the point of their destination. Then some other guys, you got to pull it out, right? And some people that you have to create it because they just don't have, the genetics or the God-given ability to do so. So it's all three. But that's what I get paid to do every day. So.
Leonard Stevens with us right now, founder, managing partner of Perfect Performance. Did you ever look at a guy in the pros and just wish you could get your hands on him like a Johnny Manziel?
Oh man, yes, all the time. Because, from an off the field and on the field perspective, there's so many guys that off the field just don't have the guidance, just don't have somebody in their corner who's telling them, hey, you can't do this, or you should do this, or you shouldn't do this. They don't understand that in the 4 to 5 to 10 years, whatever their career is the biggest and most opportune time of their lives, right? You can walk in anywhere and say, I'm an NFL player, and instantly people want to be associated with you, and you don't really realize that until you're no longer a part of the NFL, right? And the same opportunities that you had and the same doors that you had that could be open are no longer available. And then athletically and performance-wise, I see guys all the time who are gifted athletes, but skill-wise, right, it's all about the details, right? Where's your foot placement? Where's your hand placement? Where's your vision? Where's your understanding of the game? How do you study to prepare the game? And you can see it on film, or you can see it on the field that guys just need a little bit of extra coaching, because truth be told, every NFL position coach is not a great teacher of the position, right? They may be a great with the offense or the defense, but the skill of playing that position they may not.
You played in the league. It feels like these younger guys, these younger athletes, never had someone in their lives at times to prepare them for what was coming next, and even maybe some of your teammates. Do you believe the NFL, maybe as a league, has to lean on stuff that you're doing to get their athletes, even if it's their rookie year, to understand, like, this is a new life now, and this is what you should do to be successful?
Right. Well, every opportunity presents a need, and needs present solutions, right? So what the league has done a great job of, I'm not sure if you guys know, but Troy Vincent is a colleague and a friend of mine, and so executive VP of operations, and so he created the player engagement. And player engagement had 3 steps: NFL Next, which is after football; NFL Life, which is current; and then NFL Prep. So NFL Prep was designed to do just that, right? To take high school athletes and get them thinking, and college athletes and get them thinking about life in the National Football League. And the PA has done the same thing. They just hired another good buddy of mine, George Hegeman, to launch a program designed to target the top 300 athletes. So the ESPN 300 guys, he's going around the country targeting those guys and trying to mentor them, as best as possible to help them make better decisions once they get to their next level. So the league and the PA are definitely aware of the opportunity to serve guys even before they get to the league.
Leonard Stevens with us now. This year is a first. We've got, back in the 518, we've got 3 kids in the Super Bowl this year.
Wow.
So we're starting to see more and more of the athletes in our area realize, like, dreams do come true.
Right.
So how does perfect performance help somebody like that who's in the high school level right now and maybe just needs that little extra push to make it?
Right. So, what we do, I can, give you an example. Take a kid who's, kind of just got all the athletic ability but just needs that extra encouragement, right? So I believe that coaching is about motivation and communication, right? So being able to teach and communicate the information that they need to execute or they need to do, but more importantly, motivating, right? Finding the common ground for them. Is it challenge motivation? Is it negative? Is it positive? Everybody responds to something different. So we're able to figure that out because every athlete, responds to different things, right? Some guys are individuals, some guys are group, you got to figure that out. And so what we can do is help you push past your perceived limit. We all feel like, okay, I can only do X. Well, now you can do X plus, all the time. So it's always finding that X plus to get to the next level.
Prediction, Falcons, Patriots, what happens?
Who's got that X plus in this?
Man, that's tough because you're talking about, people say players play, coaches coach, but, I've never been coached by Bill Belichick, but I've played with guys that have been coached by him, and they say he is outstanding with finding weaknesses in schemes, offensive, defensive, special teams. And so I'm intrigued to see his acumen of the game versus how fast the Falcons are playing. So if I had to put some money on it, I would say the Patriots, just because they've been there, the experience. You can't. There's no substitute for that. And then you got one of the greatest to ever lace up cleats and do it, under center, which is arguably the most important position on the field. So I would say, playing the odds, I would say the Patriots.
Leonard Stevens, what is it? How do I get there? Perfect-performance.com.
Yep.
And then, so everybody back in the 518, if you're listening and maybe you got a kid that you think is almost there, go to the website.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.